plate. It dies right in front of home plate. Throw down. It's going to be high over the head of the first baseman. Nicely backed up, though, by the right fielder, Christina Bishop. So Stacy Chuka is aboard. First pitch to Scheffler is going to be in at the letters for strike one. One strike on Shannon. And she gets back in there. And Hargis is ready. That pitch is swung on and missed. Strike two. Might have been up a little bit in the strike zone. So Hargis ahead of Scheffler at 2 strikes. And Hargis double checking with the home plate umpire to make sure it's... And the 2-strike pitch is swung on for strike 3. So Hargis gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Colonel Crawford gets a pair of base runners on a walk and an error, but both will be left. So we have played 1 full inning here in North Robinson in the sectional championship game in Division 3. It's Bucyrus Lady Redman, nothing. The Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles, nothing.
Everyone knows old Charlie
McCoy leading it off, the first baseman, hitting at .317, and Weekly swings at the first pitch, strike 1. And the pitch on the way is going to be low, and that time Amanda laid off it. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 is Kelly Shively ready again. That pitch is going to be popped up. Third baseman is over. And they get the foul here for out number 1. And ready is Shively. First pitch up a little bit for ball 1. One ball to count on Nicole. Pitch from Shively is popped foul. And the count's evened up now at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. And Shively is set. That pitch misses. And the count goes 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1. As Nicole gets back in there. That pitch is going to be popped again toward the first base side, but it will drop on the other side of the fence in front of the Colonel Crawford dugout, and that'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is WBCO Bucyrus. He is back in there. And the Shively pitches the changeup, and she's way out in front of it for strike 3. Second strikeout for Kelly Shively. 2 gone in the second inning. And the batter will be second baseman Tiffany Reddig. Tiffany at .256. And she steps up to home plate. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the second. And Shively's pitch is, wow, it's a fastball in there. I could really hear it smack the glove, strike 1. As Reddig back in the batter's box. Shively ready. That one is the changeup, and it will miss outside. And Reddick able to hold up, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. And Shively ready on the mound. That pitch is in there for a called strike 2. And brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Shively looking into Hep. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts here in the 3rd inning. First 6 have gone in a row for Bucyrus. Through an inning and a half, it remains Bucyrus nothing and Colonel Crawford nothing. Brittany Hargis picked up 2 strikeouts in that first inning, also a walk, and the other runner by the air. Steiger takes the first pitch at the knees for strike 1. Kim, a 333 hitter, playing first base for Colonel Crawford this afternoon. No score in the bottom of the 2nd. The pitch is high and tight, and the count will even up at a ball and a strike. So 1-1 as Kim Steiger moves back in there. That pitch is going to hit on the ground toward third. Up with it is McCoy. She'll make the throw across in plenty of time as Mindy with a good throw. 1 gone in the Colonel Crawford 2nd. And the batter is the designated hitter, Shannon Tyner. She's in a bat for the left fielder, Tennille Pinion. And Tyner gets in there. Pitch is on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 1 strike as Tyner gets back in there. And Hargis is ready. That pitch is in the dirt. Did she check in time? No, says the first base umpire on the appeal. And the count 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. And Hargis will throw that one up high, and Tyner does not offer. Brings it to a ball, 2 strikes. Winner of this game will play the winner of tomorrow's game between Ontario and Mohawk next Tuesday here in North Robinson. That pitch is fouled at the plate, and Tyner able to get a piece. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. And as Hargis ready on the mound, the pitch is going to be a little bit low. And get some oohs and ahs. And the count's at 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Tyner at the plate. Hargis's pitch is going to be hit on the ground. It's going to make it into left field for a base hit. So first hit of the ball game as Tyner will make it down to first base. So a single for Shannon Tyner. And that's the first hit. Hit sharply up the third, past the third baseman. So at first and third. And Hott not showing bunt on the first pitch. Took it up high for ball 1. 1 ball to count. Mindy at third, Amanda at first. Again, creeping up a little bit. And the Hargis pitch out swings and misses. And the count's evened up now at a ball and a strike. Everybody looking over to Coach Huggins at third as he goes through a series of signs. And the 1-1 pitch. This time she does bunt it. It's going to be a foul ball. And bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Almost popped it high enough for Mindy McCoy to grab it on the fly, but not quite. So ball, 2 strikes on Jen Hott. Colonel Crawford runner at first. There is 1 out. And the pitch from Hargis is down low. Did she go? And no, says the home plate umpire. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. As Hargis ready again. That pitch is up high, so full count. Runner at first, 1 down. Pinch runner Sims on it first, running for Tyner, who singled with 1 out. First hit in the ball game. And the 3-2 pitch is going to be fouled back, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Must have almost hit a vehicle parked behind the storage area there. It's not me. Yeah. So full count. And back in there is Hott. And Hargis is ready with the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be popped up. That one, they stay in play coming over this way, and it will drop just foul. Crash into the fence for Mindy McCoy. And a long run. And And just out of her reach, so the count will stay full at 3-2. As Haught battling Hargis. And everybody back to position now, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Pitch is foul back again. A real battle going out there. They'll get one of the fouled off softballs thrown back in. So still a full count. As Haught gets back in there. And the Hargis 3-2 is fouled off again. This will be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. And Brittany Hargis, now she's going to back off the mound as she wasn't quite ready. And now we're ready with the 3-2 pitch. That'll be hit in the air toward left, and guess what? It's going to be a foul ball. And drops into the high grass. So still a full count. And everybody getting set again. As Haught stands in there, another 3-2 pitch on the way. Is going to be hit on the ground towards short. Up with it is the shortstop Taylor. She flips to Reddick for one. No throw to first. As Sims' hard slide took her out. But they do get an out, so 2 gone in the inning. Haught takes over at first. And the 11 pitch at bat there. Rothair stands in there. Runner at first now, 2 down. And the pitch to Cassie, she chased one over her head for strike 1. 1 strike on Cassie Rothair. We are in the bottom of the second. No score in this sectional championship game. And Hargis ready with the 1 strike pitch. That'll be hit in up the middle. It'll be knocked down by Taylor. She'll just run herself to the bag, and that will retire the side. So in the inning for Colonel Crawford, no runs. They did have a 1 base hit, and the 1 runner is left. So we are through 2 full innings here in North Robinson in the sectional championship game in Division 3. It's the Bucyrus Lady Redman, nothing. Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles, nothing. Kendra Holm, the center fielder, 231 batting average as she leads off the inning here, and corners creep way up, and Kendra will take the first pitch for strike 1. Haught at third, Steiger at first, way up for Colonel Crawford. And Shively ready. And she does bunt, kind of runs up on it. The ball will be fair ball, and I'm going to say the ball hit the batter coming out of the batter's box, so it'll be a foul ball. Good call by the umpire, because it did look like it deflected off of something, so it's a foul ball. So 2 strikes to count on Holm. And that pitch missed it outside a little bit low as well. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. As Shively's pitch swung and a miss for strike 3, so she comes back to strike out Holm. 4 strikeouts for Shively. Last 3 have all gone down swinging. And the batter, Lindsay Mall, the catcher. Kelly Shively waiting for her to get set. Now she's ready. And first pitch to Lindsay, up a little bit, ball 1. 1 ball the count. And Shively ready again. Pitch ball bunts it. It's a good bunt. It'll be fielded by the first baseman. Second baseman coming, throws low, and safe at first. So Lindsay Mall aboard by the air. Each team's had an error now. And the first base runner for Bucyrus brings up the designated hitter Jenny Hunt. She bats for the pitcher Brittany Hargis. And Jenny a 240 batting average. Well, Bucyrus gets their first base runner. And let's see how they play it with 1 out. Hunt is going to bunt it. She bunts through it. A strike 1, throw down to first, and back safely was Mahal. Just got there. Ready again is the pitch. That time the ball is bunted. They will go to first base to get the sure out. That high throw, but going up high to get it was Truca, and Stacy able to come back down on the bag. Good play by Stacy to stay with it. So 2 gone. Runner does go to second on the fielder's choice. Batting here in the top of the 3rd. And the pitch to Bishop is up high for ball 1. Lindsey Mall at second. There's 1 out or 2 outs in the inning. As ready as Shively. That pitch is on the inside part of the plate and evens count up with a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. And Shively ready again. That pitch is the changeup. She waits on it, hits it up the first base side, but it'll be foul. So a ball and 2 strikes. Waited back as long as she could on the change, but still hits it foul. As Bishop gets back in there. And the Shively pitch, another changeup, doubled up on her, and that one missed outside. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. And the pitch is a fastball fouled back off the umpire's mask. There are 2 outs in the inning. And the 2-2 pitch. Will be another changeup, and miss low and outside, so full count on Christina Bishop. Out of the box, taking a few swings. And Shively ready with the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be called strike 3 as it across at the knees. Second called strikeout. And the 5th strikeout for Kelly Shively. Inning for Bucyrus, no runs. There were no hits. There was an error. And that 1 runner is left. So we are through 2.5 innings. It still remains scoreless between Bucyrus and Colonel Crawford. So Brittany Hargis' first pitch to Hep backs her off the plate. Ball 1. 1 ball as Lindsay gets back in there. Outfield around a little bit toward left. Fairly deep. That pitch to Hep is in there for a strike and will even the count at 1-1. So a ball and a strike. Lindsay out of the batter's box for a moment, looking over to Coach Huggins at third. And now she is back in there. That pitch, she was going to run up on it and bunt, and the pitch came in low, and she pulls it back to make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So 2-1 the count. As Hep, after a look down to Coach, gets back in there. That pitch is swung, and it's going to be hit up the middle, but again, right at the shortstop Taylor. Her throw a little bit low, comes off the glove of the first baseman and safe at first. Is Lindsay Hep on the second error of the ball game on Bucyrus. First time in the game, Colonel Crawford, either team gets a leadoff hitter aboard and brings up Stacy Truca. Stacy, and the pitch from Hargis is bunted, and it's been pretty hard. It goes right by everybody, and everybody's going to be safe. Oh, what a great bunt by Truca. It'll go as a base hit. She hit it hard enough that she got it past the pitcher, and then nobody else able to field it. Second hit in the game for Colonel Crawford. They've got 2 aboard with nobody out. And Kelly Shively steps in there. Kelly bounced to a fielder's choice her first time up. And the first pitch from Hargis will be up high for ball 1. Well, first real threat either team has had with runner at second, nobody out. Fast 2 on with nobody out. And Shively gets back in there. And Hargis' pitch is going to be fouled back. Good swing by Kelly. And the count will even at a ball and a strike. She had a 3-run homer in yesterday's ball game at Buckeye Central. So ball and a strike on Kelly. And she gets back in there. Hargis is ready with the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it floats up high. And the count at 2-1 now. Again, Coach Huggins going through a series of signs. The 2-1 pitch from Hargis shows bunt, pulls it back, comes in low. Good stop by Mall. And a full 3-1 count on Kelly Shively now. Yes, Hargis taking a little extra time. Now she's ready with the 3-1 pitch. Shively going to hit it a long way, but a long way foul. That's going to clear the weeds and wind up in the field. So full counts on Kelly Shively. 2 aboard for Colonel Crawford. Nobody out here in a scoreless game in the bottom of the 3rd. As ready as Hargis. Pitch is changed up, and whoa, look out. Comes whistling over toward the fence here. And the count will stay full at 3-2. Got just a piece of it. 3-2 the count. That was close. And the Hargis pitch is swung on and missed, so she got Scheibele with a good hard fastball. One gone in the inning, but still 2 aboard. 3 strikeouts now for Hargis. And the batter, Carrie Roth there, the center fielder. Carrie drew a base on balls her only time up. So Colonel Crawford has still 2 on, now just 1 out. As Roth there gets in there. And Hargis's pitches, she was going to bunt it, pulled it back, and it's ball 1. Ball hopped away from Maul. And now the Hargis comes in to ask the umpire, didn't she bunt at it? And she said, no, it's ball 1. And now 1 out in the inning. And a 1-ball count on Carrie Roth there. As Carrie looking down to Coach Huggins at third. Now she moves into the batter's box. And now Hargis off the mound. Playing a little game here. Now I think we're all ready. Shows the bunt, pulls it back, was going to slap at it, and took it inside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. There's nothing scarier if you're a third baseman than you're charging and you see the batter pull back and is going to swing at it. So 2-0 the count. As Roth there back in there. And Hargis is ready. This time she does bunt it, popped it foul, and it drops before anybody can get to it. And Hargis up on the mound. And the 2-1 pitch is going to be bunted. It's a good bunt. Hargis will field it. Her throw will be to first base in time. And the runners move to second and third now, but 2 down. So Hep goes to third with Truca on at second. Throw taken by the second baseman, Reddig. And it's leave it up to Shannon Scheffler, the shortstop. Struck out her only time up so far. So Crawford now runners at second and third, but 2 down. And the pitch to Scheffler, she will take it for strike 1 on the inside part of the plates. 1 strike on Shannon. First 2 got aboard, but then a strikeout and a ground ball. They've left the runners at second and third with 2 down. Pitch is going to be popped. The second baseman Reddig going back, and she will glove it to retire the side. So good job by Brittany Hargis to get out of the inning. For Colonel Crawford, no runs. They did have the 1 hit. There was an error, and 2 runners are left on base. So we have played 3 full innings in North Robinson in the sectional championships. It's Bucyrus Lady Redman, nothing, and the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles, nothing.
Now you can do your banking 24 hours.
Taylor and Amanda McCoy. Mindy McCoy leading it off, popped out to first her first time up, and she'll take a first pitch strike from Kelly Scheibele. 1 strike to count. And Scheibele ready again on the mound. Pitch to McCoy. She chased one up over her head, and the count's even, or goes 2 strikes, excuse me. 0-2 the count. As Mindy back in there. And the Scheibele pitch is popped towards first base, and again, taken over there by Kim Steiger, this time in fair territory. So 1 gone on the pop out to first. And the batter, Monica Taylor. Monica took a 3rd strike to end the first inning. And as ready is Scheibele. That pitch is swung and missed for strike 1. Bucyrus' only base runner came last inning with 1 out. Lindsey Mall safe on an error. Got to a second with 2 down, but not able to score. As Taylor gets back in there. Scheibele pitch is fouled at the plate. Grabbed by Lindsey Hep, and the count 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. As Scheibele ready to pitch to Taylor. That one is fouled again. Our next broadcast on the WBCO radio coming up Monday will be a boys district semifinal game, but 2-strike pitch is the changeup, and it bounced in low, and Taylor started to go for it, but able to hold up. And it makes it a ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2 the count. Is ready again is Scheibele. She'll throw the fastball. This time it's hit right back to Kelly. She waits for Steiger to come to first and flips it over for out number 2. So 2 gone in the 4th. And the batter, Amanda McCoy, the first baseman. Amanda popped foul to third baseman Jen Haught in the 2nd inning. And Shively is ready. That pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. 1 ball to count. As Kelly Shively ready again on the mound. That pitch is fouled at the plate by Amanda. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. 1-1. As Amanda back in there. And the Shively pitch is fouled back. Took a little something off it. And Amanda able to get a piece of it. Fouled it straight back. So it's a 1-2 count. And Shively ready on the mound. And the pitch is hit toward second baseman. Up with it is Stacy Truca. She flips over to first, and that will retire the side. So again, Bucyrus goes 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. And we are through 3.5. And there is still no score in this sectional softball game between Bucyrus and Colonel Crawford. Cubs and Tyner and Jen Haught against Brittany Hargis. And the first pitch is going to back Steiger off the plate a little bit. Ball 1. Came a ground ball to third, her only time up so far. 2 hits in the game for Colonel Crawford. They've stranded 5 base runners over the first 3 innings. That pitch is going to be up high. And the count goes 2-0 on Kim Steiger. As Brittany Hargis ready. That pitch is low for ball 3. So a count of 3-0. Let's see if Steiger going to take at least 1 here. And she does take it all the way, and it's right down the middle for strike 1. So 3-1 the count. As ready again is Steiger. That pitch fouled straight back. So Hargis has come back to bring it to a full count at 3-2 after falling down 3-0. As Hargis back to the pitching rubber. And Kim Steiger set in the batter's box. 3-2 pitch is swung on for strike 3. Brittany Hargis getting her 4th strikeout. 1 gone in the 4th. And the batter, the designated hitter, Shannon Tyner. Shannon bats for the left fielder, Tennille Pinion. Shannon with a base hit back in the 2nd inning. One of the 2 Colonel Crawford hits. And the first pitch from Hargis is going to be a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball on Shannon. As Tyner gets back in there. That pitch is in there for a strike and evens things up at 1-1. Ball and a strike on Shannon Tyner. That pitch is high and outside. And the count goes 2-1. As Hargis ready on the mound. That pitch is the changeup, and that time it's in there for a strike. First time she's been able to throw the change for a strike. And it evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Hargis is ready, the pitch to Tyner is popped up. It's playable, but I don't think Ball saw it. No. She turned the wrong way. And by the time she caught sight of it again, the ball was on the ground. So, 2 pitch to Shannon Tyner. Going to be hit on the up the middle, base hit. So Tyner 2 for 2. Up with it quickly. The throw to first from the center fielder dropped. Oh, wow, they would have had her. As Tyner threw the ball from center field. She fired it, and the ball dropped by the first baseman. So it goes as an error, not a base hit. As they would have had her at first, so Tyner is aboard. And let's see if Colonel Crawford, well, if they pinch run for her, she'll be done because that'll be the 2nd substitution. Coach Huggins has to make a decision here. He'll lose his designated hitter if he pinch runs again for Tyner. And he's talking to the home plate umpire, so I got a feeling that's what he's going to do. That'll be the third error in the ballgame on Bucyrus. So far, it hasn't cost him. And Hott going to bunt the first pitch. It's fielded by the third base. They're going to go to second, and they got her. Boy, Delaney got a late break from first. And the output will go 5-6, third baseman to shortstop. So they get the lead runner for the second out. Puts Jen Hott on at first, and the batter is Cassie Roth there, the right fielder. Cassie 0 for 1, grounded to short, her only time up. That pitch is swung on the first pitch, knocked down by the pitcher Hargis. Her throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. So in the fourth for Colonel Crawford, no runs, no hits. There was an error, and again, a base runner is stranded. Colonel Crawford is now stranded 6 base runners over the first 4 innings. And after 4, it remains Bucyrus Lady Redman nothing, and the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles nothing.
This is John
Gulling, Reddig, and Halm against Kelly Shively, who has struck out 5, and the first pitch is strike 1. Only base runner was on an error back in the third inning. Gulling a strikeout, her only time up. And Shively's pitch will be swung, hit in the air. The center fielder coming in. Roth there will call it, and Carey puts it away for out number 1. First output by an outfielder for Colonel Crawford, 1 down. And the batter, Tiffany Reddig, the second baseman. Tiffany a strikeout, her only time up so far. The winner will be back next Tuesday to play for the district semifinals. That pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 strike on Reddig. And as Tiffany gets in the batter's box, 1 strike to count. As Shively is ready, that pitch is the changeup, and Tiffany able to lay off it. The pitch came in a little bit low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. As ready as Shively. That pitch is going to miss outside. And the count will go to 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As Reddig set again in the batter's box. Shively finally agrees with Hep on the pitch. And that's going to be at the knees for strike 2. And the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reddig out of the box for a moment. Now she's back in there. And the Shively 2-2 is going to be hit on the ground toward first. Up with the Steiger, she'll take herself to the bag and steps on it right before Reddig gets there. So 2 gone. And brings up Kendra Halm, who almost made the most spectacular play of the game so far. She almost threw out a base runner from center field at first. And Halm a strikeout, her only time up. That pitch is bunted, but it'll be bunted too hard. The first baseman will glove it. Throw to first going to be not in time, so Halm will beat it out. And that'll go as a base hit. So first hit in the game for Bucyrus. As they get a 2-out base runner. Looked like a little bit of hesitation as to who was going to field that, and that may have cost him. Actually, the pitcher, Kelly Shively, would have had a better play because she wouldn't have had to turn around to make the throw. Put the runners on with 2 outs, and the batter is Lindsay Mall, the catcher. Lindsay reached on an error back in the third inning. She had been the only other base runner to this point for Bucyrus. First pitch is up a little bit high for ball 1. 1 ball to count. As Bucyrus gets the first hit of the ball game, the bunt single by Kendra Halm. That pitch is swung and tipped into the glove of, well, I should say the first hit for Bucyrus. Colonel Crawford with 2 hits in the game. And the count on ball even at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. As looking in is Shively. Throws the bunt, pulls it back, took up high. There goes the runner. The throw down. It's going to be offline, and safe at second is Halm on the stolen base. So Bucyrus gets the runner into scoring position with 2 down. A 2-1 count now on Lindsay Mall. And Shively trying to get out of the jam. That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 3. And Mall moves back into the batter's box. The 3-2 pitch down low, ball 4. So the base on balls will give Bucyrus runners at first and at second. First walk off Kelly Shively. And brings up Jenny Hunt, the designated hitter. She bats for the pitcher Brittany Hargis. Jenny a ground ball to third. Her only time up so far. So besides their first serious scoring threat. The pitch is going to be hit up to first base. Side gets by the first baseman. Reddick knocks it down. One run will score. Here comes the run of the throw. The plate's going to be offline and over the head of the catcher. Hits the backstop. And Bucyrus has taken the 1-0 lead on a base hit by Jenny Hunt. And Lady Redman, Kendra Holmes calls Orthelloy from second. And Lindsay Mall will go to third on the play. Hunt to second on the throw to the plate. And Bucyrus goes up 1-0. First time they've scored a run on Colonel Crawford this year, and that'll be just the second earned run off Kelly Shively all year. Top of the order, Christina Bishops. Colonel Crawford still not out of it. Bishop swings and misses. It's strike one. So 1-0 Bucyrus here in the top of the fifth. They still have runners at second and third with now 2 outs. And the pitch shows bunt, took it up high. Runner breaks down from third, but nobody covering behind her, so back to the bag easily is Mall. It's a 1-1 count on Christina Bishop. And the pitch on the way is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. And makes it a ball and 2 strikes now. So 1-2 the count. As Bishop gets back in there. And the 1-2 pitch is low, and Mall able to knock it down. Or excuse me, Hepp knocks it down, and they count it 2-2. After the first 2 are out, a bunt single by Kendra Holmes. She stole second. A walk to Mall, put runners at first and at second, and a ground single by Jenna Hunt, who scored the first run of the ball game. That pitch is fouled back, and the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch on the way is going to be swung on for strike 3. So the inning is over, but not before Bucyrus gets the first run of the ball game on 2 base hits. There was a walk, and 2 runners will be left on board. We have played through 4.5 innings. It's now Bucyrus 1 and Colonel Crawford nothing. The Colonel Crawford catcher. And the Hepp stands in there. First pitch from Hargis is going to be on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. And the run enthused the Bucyrus crowd here. 1 strike to count on Hepp. As Hargis is ready, that pitch is going to be up a little bit. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. As Hargis ready again, that pitch is going to be hit on the ground. Shortstop Taylor will have it. Comes up throwing and able to get Hepp by a couple of steps at first base. Good play by Monica Taylor at short. 1 down in the Colonel Crawford fifth. And the batter is Stacy Truca. Stacy has one of the 2 Colonel Crawford hits. That came her last time up. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Also reached out an error, so she's been aboard both times. And Stacy, first pitch is in there for strike 1. Her last time up, she pushed a bunt past the pitcher. And she was safe at first. Nobody, with the first baseman charging, the second baseman going to cover. Once the ball got past the pitcher, there was nobody to field it. So Stacy back in there. And swung on a miss by Stacy. She's in the hole at 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. As Hargis waiting for Truca to get set in the batter's box. Now we're ready to go. And the 0-2 pitch is low, bounced in, and came up and hit Lindsay Mall in the face mask. So had a lead. In fact, first time Bucyrus has scored when that ball is popped foul, and it will drop before the third baseman Minnie McCoy can get over to it. And the count will be a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. As Truca gets back in there. And the 1-2 pitch down low. And evens it at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. 1-0 Bucyrus leading here in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch is up high. And the count full at 3-2. Base is clear with 1 down. And the 3-2 pitch is outside ball 4. So Chuka works a base on balls. Good at bat for Stacy. That's the second walk given up by Brittany Hargis. And Colonel Crawford's again had a base runner every inning so far. And brings up Kelly Shively. Kelly 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out her last time out. That was a big out with 2 on and nobody out. Kelly struck out. The next 2 hitters went fairly quietly. Shively swings and misses at the first pitch, strike 1. Looks like she might be over swinging a little bit. 1 strike on Shively. Tying run on at first with 1 down. That pitch is going to be a called strike 2 on the inside corner. So 0-2 the count. And Shively moves back in there. And the Hargis pitch is popped up. It's coming over this way, and it's going to drop out of play. In fact, it'll hit the roof of the Bucyrus dugout alongside me. And the count will stay at 2 strikes. Stacy Chuka on at first. There's 1 out in the 5th inning, and again Bucyrus with a 1-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And it's Hargis now ready to make the 1-2 pitch, or the 0-2 pitch, excuse me. That's going to be fouled. It was down low, but Shively swinging, able to get a piece of it. This is WBCO Bucyrus. Jim Radke with you from North Robinson. We're at the sectional championships here in Division 3. Bucyrus leading Colonel Crawford 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Shively stands in there. And the pitch is fouled back again. And she gets another piece of it. And the count stays at 0-2. Colonel Crawford stranded the 2 runners in the first, 1 in the second, 2 more in the third, and 1 last inning. And as Hargis playing a little bit of a waiting game now as she steps out off the mound. Now she's ready to go with the 2-strike pitch to Shively. And straight misses at a high fastball. Second time she's gotten Kelly on strikeouts. 2 gone. It's 5 strikeouts for Hargis. And the batter, Carrie Roth there. Carrie 0 for 1, walked her first time up. She bounced into a fielder's choice her last time. And the pitch on the way to Roth there is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 strike to count. As Roth there will step back in there. The pitch is popped up. The catcher's got a play on it as Lindsey Mall will glove it just in foul territory. So again, Colonel Crawford will strand another base runner in the 5th for the Eagles. No runs, no hits. And there was the walk, and 1 runner is left aboard. We are through 5 full innings in North Robinson. Remains to be Bucyrus Lady Redman 1, the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles 0. Bucyrus will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up here. First pitch is going to be down a little bit low to Mindy McCoy, ball 1. Run scored last inning with 2 outs. A bunt single by Kendra Holm. She stole second. A walk to Lindsey Mall, put the runners at the first and a second, and a base hit by Jenny Hunt. Scored run. That ball is spanked toward left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit, making the turn at first and holding on will be Mindy McCoy. So the hits gives Bucyrus their 3rd hit in the ball game, and they get the leadoff hitter aboard in the 6th for Monica Taylor. Monica in the ball game 0 for 2, a ground ball to the pitcher her last time up. Corners come up for Colonel Crawford. And Bucyrus, an excellent team at playing the small ball. Taylor bunts it and bunts it foul for strike 1. Gets set in the batter's box. And the pitch on the way. Taylor bunts and misses. Throw back to first, and the ball going to get by, but backed up nicely by the right fielder, Cassie Roth there. Tried to sneak the second baseman in behind the runner. And the throw a little off line, but backed up by the right fielder, so no advance. So the runner remains at first. A 2-strike count now on Taylor. I'm going to back the corners up a little bit. And Taylor will take the changeup and hits it foul. Just got a piece of it. Able to stay alive. For a second anyway. The pitch is going to be lined back to Shively. She'll turn and throw to first. Double play. That's not exactly what Bucyrus did not want to happen. The double play, Kelly Shively to Kim Steiger. So 2 are out in the inning. And the batter is Amanda McCoy. the first baseman. Amanda is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Ground ball to second, her last time up. And Shively throws at her first pitch. She'll foul it back a little bit, pitch up a little bit in the strike zone, but she chased it for strike one. Shively's pitch is the changeup, and way out in front was a McCoy, and she's in the hole now at 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. As Kelly Shively waiting, now she's set. In the 0-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the inside corner. It'll be the third called strikeout of the afternoon. 7 now for Kelly Shively in the game. So Bucyrus no runs. They had the hit, but due to a double play, nobody is left. So we are through 5.5. It stands Bucyrus 1 and Colonel Crawford nothing.
Doctors Collier's awake and Fox at I.
Shannon Scheffler, the shortstop, 0 for 2. Shannon popped to second her last time up. So Scheffler taking a few swings before she gets set. Brittany Hargis has given up just 2 base hits. Has walked 2, struck out 5. First pitch to Scheffler is down low for ball 1. Colonel Crawford's had opportunities. They've had the base runners on every inning so far. That pitch, the changeup, will come up high. And the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. As Hargis is ready, fires that one in there for a strike. And it'll bring it to 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike as Shannon Scheffler back in there. That pitch is going to be hit up the middle. Hargis will glove it. Flips high to first base, threw it over the head of the first baseman. That's going to be the 4th error on Bucyrus. It's not that Colonel Crawford hasn't had the opportunity. It's just that Bucyrus has been able to stiffen whenever Crawford's had somebody on. So they get the leadoff hitter aboard here in the 6th inning. That's the tying run for Kim Steiger, the first baseman. Kim is 0 for 2. A strikeout her last time up. And the first pitch is bunted. The shortstop going to glove it, throw down. They're going to say out, throw back to first, not in time. Well, second time that they have gambled with McCoy making the throw to second, and both times it has paid off. As on the fielder's choice, they get the lead runner, so Steiger will take on it over at first. 1 gone in the inning, and the batter will be pinch hitter. That's going to be Kelsey Hughes will pinch hit. Hughes will bat actually for Tyner was in the pitch coming to Kelsey. She will swing and foul it straight back. Strike 1. Kim Steiger, the tying run over at first base, but there is 1 out in the inning. As ready as Hargis. That pitch is down low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 1-1 the count. And Hughes in there. The pitch is kind of chock out. They're going to get the same thing. A double play. Line ball back to the pitcher, and she will throw the first. So both teams get a 1-3 double play here in the 6th inning. So for Colonel Crawford, no runs, no hits. There was an error on Bucyrus, but nobody will be left on base. So we are through 6 innings here in North Robinson in the sectional championships. It's the Bucyrus Lady Redman 1, the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles nothing.
Lynn McKeever at
Kelly now with 7 strikeouts in the game. And the first pitch high and outside, ball 1 to Gulling. Nicole is 0 for 2. A fly ball to center her last time up. That pitch is going to be the changeup, hit up the ground toward first base. Steiger will glove it, and she will go right to the bag with it for out number 1. So 1 gone on the ground ball to first base. And the batter is Tiffany Reddick, the second baseman. Tiffany is 0 for 2. A ground ball to first her last time up. 1-0. Bucyrus leading it here in the top of the 7th. Reddick takes the first pitch for a strike. Strike the count on Reddick. The pitch is swung on and missed. And the count goes to 0-2. As Reddick taking a few swings out of the batter's box. Now she'll move back in there with an 0-2 pitch coming from Kelly Shively. Changeup, and she lets it go outside. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count with Tiffany back in there. It's going to be swung on for strike 3. So 2 gone in the 7th. Kelly Shively now with 8 strikeouts. And the batter, Kendra Halm, she started scored the only run in the ball game with 2 outs back in the 5th inning. She dropped this bunt out in front of home plate that was fielded by the first baseman. The throw to first was late. And she later came along on the base hit by Jenny Hunt. And the first pitch to Kendra outside for ball 1. And she stands back in there. That pitch is swung and hit right back up the middle. Shively has it. She flips over to Steiger at first. And that will retire the side. So Bucyrus goes 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Bucyrus Lady Redman 1, Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles nothing.
Fathers are part of our electric co-op.
You know, sometimes being out in your own backyard helps you see things clearly. You look across the...
Out there. Then the top of the order, Lindsay Hepp against Brittany Hargis, who has given up just 2 base hits. Walked 2 and struck out 5. Jen Haught to lead it off. Jen is 0 for 2. Hit a grounder to third her last time up. And Brittany Hargis' first pitch in the bottom of the 7th. Haught swinging, fouls it straight back. Strike 1. 1 strike to count. Of course, Colonel Crawford coming in number 3 team in the state. And Bucyrus unranked. Trying to pull the upset here. That pitch is a changeup, and she fouls it away. And Jen in the hole at 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. As Haught will step back in there. In the hole at 2 strikes. And the Hargis pitch is swung on for strike 3. So the first out here in the 7th inning comes by strikeout. 1 gone. And the batter is Cassie Roth there, the right fielder. Cassie 0 for 2. She hit a ground ball back to the pitcher her last time up. So Bucyrus 2 outs away. As Roth there will get in there. And Brittany Hargis ready on the mound. First pitch is swung on late, and it's strike 1. 1 strike to count. Only run came back in the 5th inning, and it was manufactured with 2 outs. The 1 strike pitch is up high, but swung on by Roth there, and she's in the hole at 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. As Roth there will take a few swings now, she is set back in the batter's box. And Hargis' 2-strike pitch will be hit in the air over the head of the third baseman, to the shortstop, playing perfectly. Monica Taylor moves over and puts it away. She has been a big defensive player here for Bucyrus this afternoon. 2 gone. And Colonel Crawford down to their last out. Lindsay Hepp is 0 for 3. She did reach on an error, has also struck out and hit a grounder to short. And this is the out that Bucyrus has been looking for all afternoon long. They lead it 1-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The bases are clear. As Lindsay Hepp stands up there, first pitch, he will take it for strike 1. 1 strike on Hepp. Ready for this Bucyrus bench over here, ready to explode. 1 strike to count. Hepp's going to hit that one, going to line it in the left field. Look at by the left fielder, going to go all the way to the corner. Here comes Hepp. She's on her way to second. She's on her way to third. Over to pick it up is the center fielder, Halm. Her throw is going to be on time, and did they get it or not? They're waiting, and they called her out. A good throw by Kendra Halm. She went all the way to the left field corner to pick it up, and she fired a strike to the third baseman. And on that, Colonel Crawford will be eliminated from the tournament as Bucyrus comes up with the 1-0 victory here this afternoon. For Colonel Crawford, no runs. There was the 1 hit. It will go as a double, and nobody will be left on base. Our final score this afternoon, it's the Bucyrus Lady Redman 1, the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles 0.
PPG, an important part of our North Central